Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1977 Smith Corona Classic 12 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Very pretty color scheme. It's got brown, white, and black. I don't think I've had this color scheme before. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. It helps you guide the page in straight. And I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller here that feeds the paper. Above that are the margins. I'm going to set this around 0 and this one around 90. Got the length of the page. This is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. And this is the paper bill that sits on top and holds the page down. It's got two rollers that are also adjustable. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, gets you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want 1.5, flip the switch back 1, it skips 1.5, 1 more, skips 2. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. And as you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip it all the way down, it prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. Have it up, it prints the top portion. If you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. Beautiful typing machine. This typewriter is in excellent condition. It feels like it's brand new almost. Super nice. Print looks really good. I'm just really impressed overall with this typewriter. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch here on the right. Flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier, load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. I'm going to put this down for now. Shift on each side and the shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace above that on the top left. And to the left of that is the touch control from low, medium, and high. The farther down you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. So you do have to hit them a little harder for them to print, but they do respond faster. I like it on low. Got a power space on this model, which is pretty cool. Just like machine gun spacing. And this one's a half a space, which is also kind of rare. All the way to the top, you have the tab section. Right now we don't have any tabs set. We're gonna set one right in the middle. And it stops at that spot you set it. And to clear it, you just hit the clear button when you're there. And now we don't have any. We're gonna keep one set in the middle. And you can set as many tabs as you want on this model. MR on the right side stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, it blocks you from typing. So if you hit that MR button, it will allow you to go all the way to the end. And this function here is if you got your keys stuck, like if you hit them 2 at the same time or something, you hit this and it brings them all down. I think this is the only model typewriter that has that. This style of Smith Corona Classic 12 and Galaxies, some of them have that. I'm going to open the hood, slides to the front. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling to the right. And to switch the direction, you just flip it where my thumb is here on the left here, behind the left spool. You push it backwards and it'll start pulling to the left. Push it forwards and it pulls to the right. On the right side, underneath the knob, is the carriage lock. If you lift it up and move the carriage to the middle, it locks in the middle position. So when it's in the case, it doesn't bang around causing damage. And to unlock it, you just pull it out like that. Carriage release on each side. First time I've seen a black carriage release. It's pretty cool. And if you flip this panel back and this up, you can remove the platen by lifting up this little lever and pulling it out, which is really cool because most typewriters, it's a big operation to get the platen removed. And it just slides right back on and just connect it with that section there, and it flips right back in, just like a plug and play. And carriage release on this side, very, very smooth. And when you push in the button here on this knob, I guess it doesn't have that function. So you're supposed to, maybe there's something stuck in there, but if you push in that, this one might not have that function. So on some typewriters, if you push in this button, it disables the spacing. But that's okay because it has this little lever here that does the same exact thing. You push it down and it'll disable the spacing. So you can get to an exact spot on the page, and if you flip that up, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space on this model. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.